Continuous residence and physical presence are two naturalization requirements that people often confuse. They both involve time in the United States, and they both matter when applying for U.S. citizenship. But they are not the same thing. Understanding the difference can help you review your travel history before filing Form N-400. Let's start with continuous residence. Continuous residence is about whether you have maintained your residence in the United States during the required period before applying for naturalization. In simple terms, USCIS wants to know whether the United States has continued to be your actual home. For many applicants, the required period is 5 years as a lawful permanent resident. For some applicants applying based on marriage to a U.S. citizen, the period may be 3 years. Long trips outside the United States can create concerns with continuous residence. For example, if someone spends many months outside the United States, USCIS may question whether they really maintain their residence here. A trip of 6 months or more can raise issues. A trip of 1 year or more can be even more serious and may disrupt continuous residence, unless a special exception applies. Now let's talk about physical presence. Physical presence is more about counting days. It asks how much time you were actually physically inside the United States during the required period. For many naturalization applicants, the general physical presence requirement is at least 30 months inside the United States during the 5-year period before applying. For some applicants applying based on marriage to a U.S. citizen, the general requirement may be at least 18 months inside the United States during the 3-year period. So here is the simple difference between these two rules. Continuous residence asks, did you keep the United States as your home? Physical presence asks, how many days were you actually in the United States? A person could have a physical presence problem if they took too many trips or spent too many total days outside the United States. A person could have a continuous residence problem if a long trip makes it look like they moved away or stopped maintaining their residence in the United States. Now here is a simple example to help illustrate this difference between the two rules. Imagine someone is a lawful permanent resident who wants to apply for citizenship. Over the last 5 years, they took several trips outside the United States. Each trip was short, but together the trips added up to a lot of time outside the country. That person may need to carefully count physical presence days. Now imagine another person took one very long trip outside the United States. Even if they still have many days physically present overall, that long trip may raise a continuous residence concern. That is why both requirements matter. Before applying for naturalization, it is helpful to review. When did you become a lawful permanent resident? Are you applying under the 5-year rule or the 3-year spouse-based rule? What dates did you travel outside the United States? How long was each trip? Did any trip last 6 months or more? Did any trip last 1 year or more? Did you keep ties to the United States while you were away, such as a home, job, taxes, or family? Travel history can be one of the most important parts of a citizenship readiness review. My Immigration Helper can help you organize your immigration facts and think through common naturalization issues like travel, residence, physical presence, and eligibility concerns. This video is general educational information and is not legal advice. Immigration rules can be complex, and your specific facts may change the outcome. If you had long trips outside the United States or are unsure whether you meet the naturalization requirements, consider speaking with a qualified immigration attorney before filing Form N-400.